Good Wednesday evening. Welcome into the High School Fan Zone on 100.7 The Score. It's spring weather, but it's also basketball weather because there's still a lot of basketball going on, including this cat next to me on my left. If you're on TV, Paul Page, whose team broke through, made some history.
Right.
And I know you know me well enough. It's the Jimmies and the Joes who take care of business. But once in a while, it takes some pushing and prodding and convincing and motivating,
right.
Cajoling. What are some other coaching words I could use? Because I imagine you and Chris Roberts and company have worked with those guys from the neck up as much as anything else about just let's get through this third round and play our style. Because I watched that game on and off as I was getting ready for the Monterey girls game last night. You guys did what you do.
Right.
You didn't change. It was just friendship basketball. It
was, and luckily it was, a tempo that we like. Yeah, and it wasn't. It wasn't our erratic up and down tempo that we kind of play all year, but it was a tempo that fit us. But it was a playoff game, so it's a deal where a lot of film's been watched, and
yes.
and scouting reports are made, and personnel decisions, and all those things, and so. Definitely made for kind of just a back and forth game, and exciting game to watch and exciting game to be a part of, and definitely a fun game to win.
Well, I buried the lead. I probably should explain what we're talking about here. Friendship beat Little Elm 60-55 in the Class 6A Division II regional semifinals last night. The first time Friendship has advanced past the third round as a 6A team. I texted your friend and my friend Jason Deere to make sure I had this correct. First time Friendship's gotten that far at all since 2003.
Really?
And I think that's the last time they played in the regional championship, which is what's up next for the Tigers. I'm going to let you explain what's going on there. I know you play Denton Guyer.
We do.
That's for sure.
They're good.
And it's still Friday.
It's still Friday. It'll be around Abilene on Friday.
We just don't know for sure yet. It was set for Moody Coliseum, 8 p.m.
Yeah, we were at 8 o'clock at ACU, and things have kind of fell apart in the last hour. So we're chasing other things right now. So we're kind of up in the air, but definitely Friday around Abilene.
Friday somewhere nearby. You guys will show up. It'll be like when Rocky and Apollo got together at the end of Rocky 2. Just doesn't matter if anybody's there. Just
ring the bell.
Show up and start
ding,
going.
Ding.
This has been a fun team to watch for several years, but especially this year. And I was talking to Paul before we came on. You guys you've had a lot of great players. There's been a lot of great players that have come through Lubbock recently. I hope Lubbock high school basketball fans understand what they have right now with Patton Pinkins at Friendship, Aaliyah Chavez at Monterey, Ambrosia Cole at Monterey, Chase Campbell at Friendship,
Jada Jackson at Friendship.
Jada Jackson. This I hesitate to call anything the golden era because that can change so quick. But if there's been a better collection of high school basketball talent in Lubbock, Texas at one time, I think we'd be hard pressed to find it.
Right. Well, and obviously we're kind of recently biased, but definitely just the depth right now that we have. And two elite players, and Patton and Aaliyah that are going to go on to bigger and better things, and but definitely have kind of embraced Lubbock and their high schools and their teams, and that's what's special because they are going to. But it doesn't matter what they go on to; these are going to be some of the most amazing memories they've ever had, especially these runs that these two teams are making, and so that makes for that special deal, and it's great for us to have ownership and be a part of that journey with them.
The guy who's covered a couple of your games for me, when I sat down with him the other day, he was watching you play, and he said, well, I know they've got a couple of really good basketball players, and I said, yeah, they do. And he watched for a while, and I said, and then one of them's a D1 football guy too. He'll have to make a choice at some point. And Chase Campbell did something about that, and he goes, now which one's the football player? I said, that one that just did that. And he kind of looked at me like, no, that's a basketball player.
Right. And he had an amazing night last night. Oh, my gosh.
5 blocks?
4 or 5 blocks. One amazing dunk. But perimeter play is just as good as that. And just his explosiveness but leadership too. I mean, 100% leadership with Patton and Chase. That's what's so special about those guys is that they do the other things as well.
And what's so special about your team and Jill Snyder's Monterey team and Tony Wagner's Estacado team, there's a reason you guys are still playing. You guys have star power. There's unquestionable star power, but you also have guys and gals who understand there's a certain role I've got to fill for us to be good. Aaliyah Chavez was incredible again last night. Monterey's not still playing if her role players around her don't do what they did. And watching your game, same for you.
Same for us. We just got those guys 100%. I mean, that's why we won the area round on Tuesday because of Maverick Allen and locking down their best player, their offensive MVP of the entire South Lake Carroll district. District 3, and so just guys like that just understands the role and really not just understands but embraces it. And
what's the Paul Pageism? The unknown known,
right? The unseen seen.
Unseen seen.
Yeah, becomes very visible, right? But not everybody knows what's going on.
As I've gotten to know those guys, I've gotten to know them, some from football, some from basketball, and it was fun talking to Daniel and Hayden the other day because it's like having two nephews that you're just shooting the bull with.
Right.
And I said something, and Daniel kind of looked at me and said, "I can't believe you said that." And Hayden, it didn't faze Hayden. Not much phases Hayden.
No,
Wilson.
That's why he's good.
He's good at a lot of things, but he's one of those guys that when he gets in foul, now with J.J. Davis back healthy, it's not as noticeable because they're almost interchangeable. But there was a game or two where Hayden got into foul trouble, and you could tell that the gears weren't quite clicking. Those are the guys you need.
Right. No, we have to, and that's that's why we play fast and tempo, because we trust our process and trust our depth, and so definitely, it's good to have those. I mean, you have to have those guys that, and that's why teams are special because of the guys that do special things and that just like I said, embrace their roles.
Well, I'm going to knock on wood for you. I hope that you guys don't encounter this. Unfortunately, Estacado's lost a key guy in Tim Perez, broken ankle. Monterey girls will be without Zanaya Wilkerson in the state championship game. She tweaked the knee pretty badly last night. That's when you've got depth and you can keep plugging along. And that's what Friendship's going to do Friday night somewhere against Denton Guyer in the 6A regional championship round. We'll be back in the Tiger Fan Zone after this break on 100.7 The Score.
Bringing you the latest news from Friendship Athletics. This is the Tiger Fan Zone podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back into the second segment of the Tiger Fan Zone. We mentioned that Friendship's in the regional championship round. Estacado's also in the regional championship. They play Decatur at 7 p.m. at Abilene Wiley on Friday. And Monterey punched a ticket to the girls' 5A Division II state championship game. We'll play at 11 a.m. Saturday in the Alamo Dome against it's Liberty Hill. I know there was a matter of two hills, and Liberty Hill.
They used to be 4A.
1981. Where was a young Paul Page?
Elementary
school. That's the last time the Monterey girls.
I was 9. I got my first BB gun.
There you go. That's the last time Monterey girls played in a state championship game. So, and good for Jill Snyder. When you coach that long and you impact as many lives as you want, she downplayed it, but it's a big deal. Just like I mentioned to you, I know it was a big deal last night for you. I could see the relief and joy on my little iPad there watching. It's just. It's not personal. It's you feel it for your guys.
Right.
You feel it for all those guys you've coached for years and years.
Right. It was a big hurdle for us. 6 years now that we've been in the regional quarterfinals, third round. So definitely a big hurdle for us to get past that, and a good team. I mean, Little Elm. I mean, they as good as we played all year. They shot the ball well. Have great guard play. And so it was a massive win for us just to want to get over that hurdle and to beat a really solid team in the third round of the playoffs, a Metroplex team.
And I heard we was talking to somebody earlier this week, and they said, well, they were fourth place in their district. No, they're still playing.
Yeah.
They're doing something right now.
It's one of those deals where, fourth place in that district is one, it's really hard because it's Denton Guyer's district, and they push Denton Guyer to the limits, who's really, really good. And then, it's a deal where if you got the guys and then you get some confidence by winning your first playoff game, and you're a shooting team, man. And so they shot it well in the by district. They shot it well in the area. They shot it well, and so we knew that it was going to be one of those games where we had to try to get them uncomfortable.
What was the unseen scene for you guys last night? What was it? I mean, Patton's block at the end is very visible. That's very seen. But
right.
What were some things other than that?
Well, just our consistent defense. As well as they did shoot it, we did put pressure on them. So that I can't remember, but they shot a lot of threes. And with that comes opportunities to not let them be comfortable when they shoot it, and some of those they made, but we just had to consistently do that to put pressure on the shooters, and take care of the basketball on offense because they did press, and so it was a deal where we had to be smart with the press, and we did some things that we were able to kind of pick that apart with Chase, and kind of punish that pressure, as we always say, if they're going to press, let's punish it. And we were able to do that to take advantage of that, and so that was probably the unseen scene is the prep on the press to be able to kind of pick that apart and not turn the ball over. You better have some speed if you press you guys. Well, it was a slow press. It was a 2-2-1, so okay. It was a deal where you it's really to try to get you to think instead of turn the ball over and at a high rate of speed. They want you to pass the ball over. And our guys did a great job of handling it. They took the game plan, and it really was a great job by our guys of just picking it apart and giving us an opportunity on the offensive end. You and I have talked before. Your press is not necessarily designed to force a bunch of turnovers. It's to wear them down physically. Right. And up here between the ears. We call it squeeze, and it's a deal where we eventually want to squeeze the life out of you. Not in the first quarter, but second quarter and third quarter, but we didn't do that last night because we haven't done that in the last couple of games because we just trust our matchups. Yeah, we're beginning to trust our matchups, and so we've got really good in the half court. That's a sign of a good coach when you adjust to what your team is able to do. Well, we hope so. I mean, we'll dig into Guyer and figure out what we need to do on Friday. Well, I was about to ask you, what's the unseen scene this week? I haven't got to see anything yet. Between emails and text and teaching 4 classes today, I haven't got to see anything. So I'll go see him tonight. Go watch him tonight, and we'll start digging into that and go find out how to beat a really good team. And you're also a 2-time girl dad, which we have in common, which we discussed earlier. Sometimes you got to give times to those girls. Right. Well, mine are gone. So. Well, they're never too far gone. Right. I need mine to call me right now, but that's okay. Well, that's a different kind of call. Mine's not going to call me and help me get a gym set up. She's just going to call me and tell me she needs something. She's on the other end of things now. I need her help. There you go. Well, I have a feeling that Hannah Page can get some things done. We'll see what and she help can you do. Out. So that's going to wrap us up on the Tiger Fan Zone Friendship sometime Friday night, and that game will be on 97.3 FM. We'll be back after the break with the Pirate Fan Zone on 100.7 The Score. I'm Randy Rosetta.